everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm thrilled to announce we are talking to one of our brands, Pashion Footwear. So here we've got on the call, we've got Clare Fitzgerald, who is our Lifestyle and Retention Marketing Manager. So Clare is going to be talking to us all about our AI campaigns, what it's driven for them for their business. So before we get into that, please don't forget to drop any questions in the chat so our team can pick that up for you. And also remember to answer our survey, which is after this finishes, so you can let us know what you think about Loyalty Connect. So thank you so much in advance. So, hey Clare, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. Of course.
Awesome. So, Clare, please tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about the team at Pashion and also what your goals are for this year.
Absolutely. So as Hannah said, I'm Clare Fitzgerald. I am the lifecycle and marketing manager at Pashion Footwear. Pashion Footwear is the first of its kind brand where we're on a mission to convert all women to convertible heels. So all of our shoes are both heels and flats. So you're able to take off the heel and wear it as a flat as well. And we believe that women should be able to step through all walks of life in stylish shoes that give you confidence and versatility no matter what you're doing in your day. Our team is very lean. We are just under 15 people with a really strong marketing team. So it's myself and a couple of amazing partners that work together to not only drive loyalty and retention, but new customer acquisition as well, and just overall branding. And in terms of our goals, obviously we're looking to grow our business, but also retain those customers. So we are lucky enough to remain at a returning customer rate of about 50 to 60% on any given month. So we really see that once people try our product, they come back again and again. Part of that is because of our business model. You don't only have to purchase a new shoe every single time you are on our site. You're able to supplement your purchases with your own heel kits and new heel kits, which is the heel that is able to be taken off and worn as a flat, or also mixed and matched and created in your own different ways that are perfect and more versatile to whatever you're doing in your day. So in terms of our goals, again, we're just looking to continuously keep our current members happy while also evolve and look to the future and bring in more people. We are pretty social forward brand. Our CEO, Haley Pavoni, is on TikTok. She just reached over 1 million followers. And she was actually on Shark Tank a couple years ago. So we've gotten a lot of notoriety through virality and through our brand CEO, telling our brand story and really giving people a inside look into what it's like to run a company, what it's like to run an e-commerce footwear company. So we're just continuously looking to capitalize on the virality that we receive and on our overall business needs and goals.
I love the idea of convertible heels, going from day to night, being able to swap them out. It's a woman's dream.
They're a commuter's dream, honestly. I live in New York City currently, and it answers the question of, wait, I have to bring another pair of shoes just to commute in and then change your shoes before you walk into the office. So it makes things really easy, and it really answers all of those problems that women face in today's society.
Absolutely. More space in the handbag for other essentials that you need to pack in there. I love it.
Great
Awesome.
for travel, great for business, great for a fun night out, honestly. It's been great.
So everyone wants to know, tell us a little bit about your loyalty program. So how does it work? What do customers love? What's been working well for you?
Absolutely. So with the help of LoyaltyLion, we have a 3-tiered structure into our loyalty program where every single customer that signs up to our loyalty program earns points for purchases. So 1 point equals 5 points equals $1. And we have our bronze, silver, and gold tiers. Not only is the customer earning points every time they purchase, but they're able to accrue points and then redeem them for loyalty rewards, essentially store credit and receive products at a discount. But on top of that, we offer a lot of perks within those tiers, particularly with our silver and gold. Our silver and gold tiers end up getting early access to either large sales a few days in advance or on our drop days, early access. We find that because we're a small team, we tend to sell out pretty quickly. So, giving our gold and silver members the opportunity to get a head start on those drop days and place their orders before it goes completely live has really shown to be super strong. And we've seen great results overall with the help of LoyaltyLion. And then we also try to think of new ways to utilize, and that's with the help of LoyaltyLion and, figuring out ways that we can continuously give our customers exactly what they want while also keeping them coming back for more.
Absolutely. Okay, I love that. So I'm sure many people listening know, being a marketing manager, you have to spin a lot of different plates at the same time. There's lots of things going on. So that brings me into talk about our AI campaigns. And that's one of our new releases, which is all about saving your precious time. So we've already spoken a little bit about our AI campaigns, you and I know you've noted that the points multiplier campaign is one of your favorites. So before AI campaigns, how did you run your double points campaigns? And what made you want to try out this new AI campaign for the very first time?
Absolutely. So I think our double and we actually use double and triple points, our points multiplier campaigns for our tiers pretty frequently throughout the year. It's something that we've actually listed as a perk within our tiers. So we always try to continuously incorporate that into our brand calendar and what's going on with our brand. And it's such a great lever to pull when we're finding periodically to have slower sales, especially within the retail world. You find that there just is a natural cadence of when people are ready to shop versus more slower periods. So we really try to utilize that time to do our points multiplier campaigns. And previously, before this, it was a lot of work. We would end up having to do a lot of research and analytics in order to confirm when the best time is to pull these type of levers. And then the entire setup of the program, just making sure that everything is working properly. It could be confusing and cumbersome because you're working with double points for our bronze and silver members, but triple points for our gold members. So really just having to meticulously set everything up, making sure that it's running properly in the time frame that it's supposed to be running. So with the campaign AI program, we were able to seamlessly upload and create this campaign within minutes in comparison. Particularly with the LoyaltyLion AI, what I loved most was that they were able to suggest to us exactly when is the best time for our business to release a points multiplier campaign. So for example, it suggested back in January, which was the first time that we pulled this lever, and we ended up seeing such great results and at half the time that it would take normally for me to set it up on my own. As I mentioned, I'm a lean team. It's really only me on loyalty, along with my customer service, talking directly to our customers, of course. And I also am juggling our email and SMS campaigns, all things retention. So it really was important to me to streamline this as much as possible while also keeping loyalty at the forefront of our business.
I love that. Having that little suggestion, just so you don't have to look into the analytics yourself to let you know when to run the next one is great. And I think it's one of the main things that a lot of brands we work with are enjoying as well. So to quantify that time, how much do you think this new AI campaign saved you compared to how you ran it before?
Oh my goodness, it really changed the game for us. I'd say in the amount of time that it would normally take, honestly, if you're counting all the hours, it would take a pretty much full day's work, whether it's writing the emails and setting up the communications to announce these type of campaigns, all the way to ensuring that they're set up properly. It would take the entire day versus now all I need to do is really focus on how we're going to present the information to the customers. So it essentially removed almost half the time it would take for us to set up these campaigns usually, which is why it's almost a no-brainer not to use Loyalty AI because it just simply makes your life that much easier.
So, with the AI campaign recommendation, how did that help or compare to what you'd already envisioned and what you wanted to do?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned, we've done points multiplier events before. So we knew it's something that we wanted to pull a lever on again, but we weren't 100% sure as to when is the best time. We knew we had some strategic time periods where it would be best, but we weren't sure about the right date, especially in comparison to all the other things that we have going on as the brand, new drops, markdowns, things like that, that are such bold and great moments for the brand as well. So being able to have the AI suggest exactly when is the right time to pull a campaign such as this was super helpful. And we were able to kind of have a conversation around it where it was suggesting, let's say, January 5th through the 12th, but we wanted to make it a perfect week. So we were able to really suggest and tweak exactly what they were suggesting. So it is a bit of a dialogue between you and the LoyaltyLion AI, but it's something where I personally feel like every time we pull this lever again and again, it's going to get smarter and smarter about the needs of our business. So, as I mentioned, the next time we're looking to do something like this will hopefully be in April, which is already April now. So we were really heavily relying on LoyaltyLion to really help us decide when the best time to pull that lever is. You don't want it too close to Mother's Day in the US. You don't want it to be too close to any other sale periods or big drops that we have going on. And it really seems to take into account exactly what's going on for our business to help our customers see that lift overall.
Exactly. You've hit the nail on the head. It's the peaks and troughs, and the AI is helping identify those slower periods and not conflict with any of the plans or the other ones that you've got going on, which is great. And
Absolutely.
it's also that thing as well where you also want to consider how many times do you run it? That's a question that I get from brands quite a lot, is how often is too often? So that's why the kind of technology is around every kind of 3 months or so. That's when the new AI suggestion is generated, and that's what we usually see many brands follow in terms of the best practice there. So thank you. That's really
Absolutely.
exciting.
It's funny because our tiers specifically state a bronze member, for example, gets it at least once a year. So being able to, we had these, suggestions for our own brand as to when we would want to pull these levers, but having the loyalty AI be able to set it up perfectly for us each of these times makes it a no-brainer to have these loyalty points campaign multipliers be for everyone, because we're seeing such a large lift from it, not only from our top tier members, but it helps not only our bronze members go up to other tiers to gain points in their own tier, but also bring in new customers that want to sign up for loyalty in this time period. So it just continuously helps not only with the retention side of things, but also pulls in a acquisition lever as well that can be really crucial, especially in those slower business periods.
That's very true. Yeah, trying to acquire those customers in the slower period of sales, have an event that if they're not a part of, they're going to miss out on. It gives a little bit of FOMO to some of those customers that may be opted into that marketing but haven't quite taken that leap yet to create their accounts. So looking a bit further deeper, you mentioned that your gold tier customers have a higher AOV than what they do previously during this double points week. So tell me a little bit about what that means to Passion and what's the value of that higher AOV that it has to your business.
Oh my gosh, our Passion Gold members are, dare I say, extremely passionate about our business. They're fanatics. They are obsessed with us. They tend to sell things out really quickly. They've just really bought into the world of Passion and how wonderful it is to integrate into your everyday life, whether it's for events or it's for your business or it's just dropping your kids off at school. It constantly has an end use in everyday life that works for the woman that is is looking to be comfortable but functional and fashionable at the same time. So we find that our gold members are incredibly active. They have on email and SMS higher open rates, higher click-through rates, and higher conversion rates overall. We've even seen our gold members perform from a revenue perspective leaps and bounds higher than our other two tiers combined.
Wow.
So we've discovered that anytime we're really looking to get those sales in the door, whether it's meeting plan or just really trying to push a particular product, it's great to rely on those gold members. And I think it's important for us as well to think of it about our silver tier as well, because really our program turns into the game of the silver tier. We want people in the silver tier because they've purchased more than 2 times, let's say. But we want people to aspire to that top tier. So it's really getting a larger silver tier to help them convert into gold, because we know once we've captured them in gold, they're going to keep coming back time and time again. So our average cart size, average order value is roughly around a 185 usually, but within our campaign points multiplier event, it was about a 193. So it really did show a lift overall, not only in gold, but within all of our loyalty members. And that's just a testament of people wanting to supplement their purchases with accessories that are less dollar value, but able to increase their overall collection. And we see that people actually increase their cart size during these times because they're not just looking for an accessory. They feel like it's the right time to purchase a new upper that they've been eyeing, some more heel kits and stellos, which is what we call them. They're a trademarked item of holding the shoe together while you're in your heel mode, and then it comes off with your heel kit while you go into flat mode. So it really turns into this customizable moment for the customer, and having these points multiplier events gives somebody the best opportunity to get the most bang for your buck, essentially. So they're getting in just as much, if not double or triple as much as they're getting out of it usually. So it ends up being this great lift for loyalty customers and for our top tiered customers, because they know the value of being able to utilize 2x, 3x on their purchases. But then it also helps with the lower tiers to help get into higher tiers that we're looking to really see people grow and thrive within our community.
I love that. I think something that we've spoken about before is some of your lower tier customers might see Passion as more as like an event shoe, whether it's a wedding and they're buying some around particular calendar pieces, like I mentioned, the birthdays or Christmas parties or holiday parties, wherever you're based. So it's trying to get some of maybe those shoppers seeing you as a more wardrobe staple. It's something that you wear every day. Like you said, going into the office, you're going to wear your flats in and then you'll pop your heels on when you get in. So it's converting some of those customers into, your silver and your golds, and being able to customize those heels, I think is fabulous. And no one's going to have the same shoe as you as well, which I love.
Exactly. That's half the fun of it. We always talk about how it's important to still promote the fact that they're great for events. I think about the weddings that I have coming up over the summer, and being able to wear a heel during the ceremony and during the cocktail hour. But then by the end of the night, when all the other women are wearing their flip-flops or God forbid no shoes at all and going barefoot, which is a danger, it's just so great to be able to have Passion so that you can just take the heel kit off and wear them as a flat. And that's really where our CEO and founder Haley Pavoni was inspired. She was at an event where her shoes were hurting her. She took them off, and somebody else still had their heels on and impaled her with their heel. So it ends up being a safety mechanism more than anything as well. So it's an obvious get for those events, those weddings, those big moments in your life. And then it's about bringing somebody back to Passion so that they're able to integrate with everyday life. It's the wanting to look professional and chic for a coffee date, but then wanting to feel comfortable on the walk while you're going to walk through the park. It's wanting to get dressed up on a Friday night out for your date night, but then being able to switch to flats while you're driving. It has this really great capability to be part of every single part of your life, which is why we think of loyalty as not an afterthought. Loyalty is always at the center of everything we do. So anytime we're able to give our tiers some love, we try to, not only because we see that gold member being able to have such success within the program, within the brand, coming back time and time again, but bringing that inspiration to bronze members to get them into those higher tiers. Because once we get them in the door, they can't help themselves. They keep coming back for more.
I mean, I'm sure all of us can relate on the sore feet situation. I do not want to be
Yeah.
stepping on glass. That's the last thing anyone wants. So
Oh
it's
my
the
gosh.
perfect solution. You were one of our very first adopters of the AI campaigns. So do you mind telling us a little bit about how it performed for you? Were there any results that particularly stood out that you thought was a great win for Passion?
Absolutely. That was one of the things that was also so compelling to me about using this aspect of LoyaltyLion was not only are they helping you through each part of the process, but the AI is able to capture exactly how much affect the entire campaign was brought to your brand at the given time. So once the campaign finished, I was able to see a whole dashboard of exactly the results that we would need that was associated with this campaign. Everything from the amount of dollars in revenue versus how many points somebody earned in this given period, how many participants we had overall, whether it was just browsing on site to actually converting. So we were able to see what we have always wanted to see, which is a larger average cart size. And more importantly, we saw a really strong customer conversion rate of about 22.3%. So the lift in cart size and the lift in conversion rate was really compelling to see. Our customer conversion rate is significantly lower than what the Loyalty Lion recap gave us. So it proved that the ROI was there, and probably multiplied even more considering it took us less time in order to set everything up. So it was really this no-brainer to set it and almost forget it and see the results just pull in for themselves.
I love how you also took that kind of further step beyond just having the double points. You've got the double for the bronze and the silver, and then the triple for the gold. I think it is really important to have that extra sprinkle of recognition for those top tier members. So Claire, you had a loyalty program previously. You've recently come over to LoyaltyLion. Tell me a little bit about your thought process behind that and how your onboarding experience was with us.
Absolutely. So we had been with another platform provider, and honestly, being such a small team, we were really looking for that type of guidance that we just weren't seeing with our previous provider. And Loyalty Line became this go-to choice for us, specifically because the onboarding process was so seamless. We were able to get everything up and running in mid-October, I want to say, which was huge, especially leading up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday for our business. But really seeing that hands-on customer service was night and day. Having our amazing reps be able to not only keep in touch with us and consistently give us ways to help improve, they were the ones that suggested our campaign to our points multiplier with the loyalty AI. And really giving this sense of trust that they know the brand just as much as we do, and almost creates an extension of our team in the best way possible. So it was really a decision of needing the extra help and seeing that Loyalty Lion gives that at the get-go, simply because it's just in the nature of Loyalty Lion's business. So we've been really happy with the change and excited to continue to see what Loyalty Lion has to offer, working with our customer service rep to make sure that all of the ways that we can utilize loyalty within our brand are being utilized to the best of our ability. And having somebody that really understands our brand and how it relates to loyalty so that the suggestions feel curtailed to us, feel tailored to exactly what we need, and doesn't fit a one size fits all announcement that is just being told to us simply because it's available. I really see this sense of filtering and being able to recommend things that truly would work for our brand, which just makes me feel like I have a trustworthy partner, somebody that really understands what we need and the goals that we're looking to reach, and having a collaborator that really understands all of these things. So it's been really great to have LoyaltyLion on our side, and being able to integrate seamlessly with Shopify and with our CRM platform, Klaviyo, has just been leaps and bounds, a seamless process from start to continuously running.
I'm really happy to hear that. I think I can speak for our whole team. We love working with Passion as well as all of our other brands, and it's always customer first in our eyes. So we're happy you're on board with us, and we're looking forward to working together even more to implement some of those new stuff coming out soon as well. So amazing. So when it comes to LoyaltyLion brands, what would be your advice to someone who is with LoyaltyLion who wants to set up the AI campaign for the very first time?
Oh, well, I guess short and sweet, do it first and foremost. It really did save so much time for myself as a fully functioning single member team, essentially on the loyalty side of things. It just really shaved down the time there. But I also saw such a great relationship between the data that LoyaltyLion has about our customers and the suggestions that they were offering us. So I think it's worth for any brand to give it a shot. There's always a learning period, there's always testing that you can do. But I think especially a points multiplier event where you're able to really increase your average order value, increase your conversion rate, you can see the results for yourself and see how much it helps lift your brand overall. And it's always something that I think would be beneficial for any brand to have. You know, I mentioned at the earlier is that we really think of loyalty as the forefront of our business. We have these passionistas, as we call them. They are addicted to passion. They love the heel kits. They love the convertibility of our shoes, but being able to give them opportunities to stay within the brand creates this sense of community that I think is at the core of our business, because we're supporting women and we want to support women in all walks of life. And if we're able to pull levers like a points multiplier event with the help of AI, it helps us be able to get people in the door that much faster, but then create this sense of loyalty and affinity that we wouldn't be able to see otherwise. So my advice to any brand that's within LoyaltyLion is to definitely give it a shot. It's as easy as a 5-minute setup on your time, so it really is worth it overall, to see just how great the results are in comparison to other events that you might be thinking through.
Very wise words. Completely agree. What's to lose? I think, as you mentioned, it's just a quick toggle. And yeah, I really appreciate that. And I think that's completely true. And it sounds like, I know we spoke off camera, but it sounds like we've got some extra things coming in the pipeline soon. So that leads me on to my next question. So you've already made some fabulous next steps since coming on board with LoyaltyLion. So can you tell us a little bit more about maybe some of the future AI campaigns that you might be thinking about?
Absolutely. So obviously the success of the campaign in AI worked so well for us. So we're already scheduled to launch this new points multiplier campaign again in a couple weeks. So if you head on to passionfootwear.com, you'll be able to check it out for yourself. But more importantly, we're looking at ways to rethink our birthday strategy. So we're fortunate enough to give people points for sharing their birthday with us because we want to celebrate them. And first and foremost, we're able to create flows based on that as a way to prep them for their birthday, whether they want to shop online in advance or if they want to just browse beforehand. And I think we're set up currently as a pretty traditional birthday reward of you get X amount of dollars depending on the tier that you're in to come back and shop. However, we actually just came out with a really wonderful birthday heel kit. It's a really fun design that can go with a lot of our different uppers, as we call them. So we're looking into ways to help activate our customers into looking at that particular product or looking at specific product for their birthday, and utilizing the LoyaltyLion AI to help with that birthday cadence, I think is going to be really helpful for us. So we're so excited to give it a test and see what our customers lean towards. But I have a feeling they're going to want to take a look at these new heel kits and be able to add them to their collection to mix and match with what they already currently have.
I'm excited to see the heel kits. I want a pair for my birthday. So keep your eyes peeled, I guess, everyone. I think something about the kind of birthday bundle AI campaign that is really nice is being able to let the customers know in advance of their birthday. So like you said, Claire, they can get their birthday heel kit maybe a few weeks in advance so they can get it delivered, make sure they can try it on with their outfit, and then they can wear it on their special day and show them around, I suppose.
Exactly. It leads into larger ideas around your birthday, around astrology. We love a good astrology moment at Passion. So, ways that we can activate our customer base in times that work best for them, is really important and at the core of our business.
I love it. Well, I'm so excited. I'm excited to see what's coming in a few weeks. So as Claire mentioned, make sure you keep an eye on their socials and keep an eye on their site to see the next AI campaign coming soon. I'm really excited to see what this year has in store for you, Claire, and for the rest of the Passion team. And thank you so much again for hopping on and telling us a little bit about how AI campaigns has impacted you and how it's saved your business time as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. What a wonderful time. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.